Yeah, Butler's a good team, and especially if you look at statistics, it looks like a great match. We hit at a high clip, we dug at a high clip, we blocked well. Our side out percentage was really high, so those things are great. I thought Butler served aggressively at us. They missed a lot of serves because they were trying to serve aggressively. With that said, I thought we had some opportunities that maybe we won points that we could have won earlier in the rally. And so I think we'll have to look at film and talk about, did we put up a good second ball? Did we, take a good swing? The whole idea of bettering the ball. But overall, I thought good, and I told them, we started, 2 weekends on the road, at home, and to come out 4-0 is really, really important in the long term of the season and in the Big East race. So really glad that we've been able to, 4 sweeps is pretty good.
Questions?
For both players, this is the 5th time that you guys hit like 300 against Butler. It's normally a defensive battle. What did you feel like was clicking offensively tonight to get that going early and sustain it from an offensive efficiency standpoint?
I think we were trying to mix up our shots and kind of avoid the libero. She was digging a ton, and I think in the first set you told us she had 8 digs or something, and then she told us to stop hitting to her, and then she ended the first set with 8, I think. Mm-hmm. So I think after that, then we started mixing up our shots and hitting other places and started hitting better.
Yeah, I thought we were really scrappy too, from a defensive standpoint, and that just helped all the hitters around. We were passing, like, the beginning was a little rough, but we got a lot better at passing as the game, as we kind of settled into things. And our defenders just helped us get us in system, and us hitters were able to go up and swing away.
Kirsten, obviously, Ava, 14 kills last game. She has 14 kills today. I guess just how much are you enjoying this run she's had through these recent games and the efficiency she's enjoying as well?
Yeah, I mean, she's been fantastic, absolutely. And I think the challenge for her is to, keep focused on getting better every week. And I think she will. Part of her progress is she's the kid getting extra reps all the time and trying to learn and asking a lot of questions. So I'm sure, I would guess that she's excited about the trajectory, but I also think she's a kid that understands 2 things. A, there's always places to improve your game, and B, it's about the team. And, she's a cog to helping us be successful, just as Kiara is, just as all the players are.
Kirsten, the players mentioned Kinley. She had 8 digs on the first 26 rallies, only 10 on the last 97. How did you avoid her as much as you did after that first media timeout?
Well, I think it was more just making a concerted effort to say, okay, let's, attack other people in the backcourt. She was, we knew she was good, but I thought, I got to tell you, she was making some digs I didn't expect her to make. So then it was like, okay, let's reevaluate how much we want to, get her to be able to touch the ball. We had a lot of success early from the right side because that was taking the ball to other people defensively. So, I think it was kind of an easy adjustment once we kind of made them aware of the situation.
To piggyback off of that, just your level of, how pleased you are that they were able to take that advice and immediately flip it. I mean, when you look at how much of a factor she was early compared to the rest of the match, it's like you just took her out of there.
Yeah, I think this is a very cognitive team. I mean, I'm always impressed. I quiz them before on the scout that maybe I gave to them, sometimes hours before, usually a day before, and they're locked in. So I think they pay attention in timeouts, and it's not always perfect, but I usually am pretty confident they're going to try to execute it.
Anything else?
I mean, you guys started out at a crazy high clip tonight. Considering how just gritty Butler is, right? That's not always easy to do. A mistake can lead to a run. Just kind of coincidentally. How were you guys able to side out for the players? Side out at such a high percentage throughout the match, where you didn't really give them much to kind of build on?
I feel like in the first set it was kind of back and forth at the beginning, and then on the court, a lot of people just kept saying first ball kill, first ball kill. So I think we were really trying to emphasize getting that first ball kill, and from there I think we started siding out, obviously, a lot better in that first set. So
yeah, I was also going to say that I feel like as a team, we also feel really confident in like the long battle points. Obviously, preseason was a very long and a lot of 5-setters, and so that I think just helps keeps us calm during like the really long points. We're not afraid to take different shots that like we're able to go up and go kind of swing away and kind of go for it even in like the long points, because the longer the points goes on, you're like, oh, I just gotta like keep it in. I don't want to make a mistake. Like I felt like went up and like stayed confident through the whole thing all together, which was really good.
Anything else?
Yeah, Kiara, the blocks just felt like they were more physical tonight. Like the presence was, like they could feel it if they would, attack you guys at the net if they got a ball that was, in that front row. How did you guys establish that tonight and carry it over through all 3 sets, which hasn't been something you guys have done maybe consistently as much as you'd like to?
No, that's something we've been touching a lot on. We've, especially like throughout preseason and the beginning of conference, we've gotten a lot of good block touches, but not necessarily like block aces per se. So that's something we've been focusing a lot on like the past week of practice, is just like how can we like make really small changes that can just better set us up for success. And I feel like we're starting to do some of those things, so some of those were clicking. Yeah, and it's just a lot of fun. I love blocking, so yeah.
Ava, consistency for freshmen or even newcomers into a new program is really difficult to sustain, but it seems like you're on quite a run here. Not to jinx it, but I mean,
I was gonna say.
sorry. What do you feel like are some of the important keys to just sustaining that level?
Yeah, I feel like it's hard because when you have those big blocks, like I've been trying to take some risks with high hands, but on some of those out-of-system balls, you just need to slow it down a little, just an off-speed shot, just to get it in. Because coming into this, like I would swing away as hard as I can at every ball, and with this bigger block, I think we've talked about this quite a bit, but it would come back very fast. And so I've learned on those really high balls or out-of-system, sometimes you just have to take an off-speed shot just to get it in, even if it's not perfect, so that we can keep the play going instead of taking a risk on some of those higher balls or when it's off the net or things like that.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Good job, guys.